Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Golden, and in this video, I'd like to show you how I make timeline animations, specifically frame by frame animations in Adobe Photoshop very easily. So here I have this design I made, this poster design I made for Kimi Antonelli. Early this week, I made it for his victory at the Japanese Grand Prix, and I would like to showcase this on my social media, but I don't want to post the full video. So to do this, I just get some steps from the in the design process, and then I compile them into either a GIF or a video, and I share on social media. So this is how I do it in Photoshop. So first off, you want to make sure that you open the file on your computer, and then you need to make sure that the timeline window is enabled. So to do that, just go to Window and then scroll down to Timeline. So when you do that for the first time, it's going to be empty. And you see this create frame animation. But if you don't, just click the arrow next to it and make sure you click frame animation. So before we do that, we are actually going to start with an empty frame. So how frame animations work is, if you don't know, is we are going to show our changes step by step. So first it's going to be empty, then later probably just the characters and then the background, and then we start adding more elements into the design until we get to our final output. So let's do this. I'm going to enable the base background layer, and to do this, you could just hold Alt or Option if you're using a Mac, and click the I button next to your background layer, and it's just going to make that layer visible. Then go to Create Frame Animation down below here, click it, and then we have our first frame. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding the characters. So I'm just going to find them. I'm going to find them, but you will notice as you add your characters, if you use things like adjustment layers and more, you will notice some things are being added which you do not want to happen. So in this case, I'm just going to enable them first, and then I'm going to turn off the adjustment layers after them. You make sure that any adjustment layers that you don't want to show is off. You just go to this plus here next to the bean icon, press it to create a new frame. And now I'm going to enable the second layer. So let's just go there. I'm going to enable this, and then I'm going to press plus again, and I'm going to find the road, if I can find that, and then I'm going to just add. So the more you want to add, you just press plus and add, plus and add. You could add multiple layers to one frame. Most of the time, if you want your video to be longer, I'll suggest you add them separately. But if you want it to be short, you could always just add multiple together. So I'm just going to continue adding things here. I'm going to add the trees. I also added a car in the design, so let me find that. Next, I'm going to add the background. So there are certain things I added in the background. Yeah. So for example, that's as well as the Ferris wheel. And let me get that Ferris wheel. Yes. And so now the composition is basically the how it was when I first started. And now I could start adding my adjustment layers. So to do that, I'm just going to start with this main image here, with the one where he's pointing, and I'm going to look for it, which is here. I'm going to start adding. But before I add, I need to add some context where this light is coming from. So I'm going to add the sky. With that added, I'm going to create another frame, and then I could start adding these adjustment layers. And you see what I mean later on. You could try this with your own designs too. So I'm just going to add these. If the change is not so noticeable, you could add two layers at once. So in this case, I added this, but if you're watching this in a video, you might not see what really happened. So I needed to add this other layer. So now you could see like there's a change from this to this. I'm also going to add another for that. And yes, so let me just do the same for the other image. Just continue adding things until you make sure that the entire design has been filled. So I'm going to color the sky there. and add a little more things, then add the text behind it. And let me see, just make sure everything is being added. Okay, so the haze, and now we've got more haze. This is like the sun rays, angel rays, however it's said. I added some external glow, and then for the road I added some shadows, as well as the colors. I changed the colors to match the scene better. And finally, we're going to add some for the car, so more shadows for the car. So in these cases where you want to show details that you made in the design, I'll suggest you begin to show them frame by frame. So in this case, I want to specifically make sure that this shadow I added underneath the car is on its own frame, so it's distinctive when viewed as a video. And then I'm going to add my text, which I added under the car. I added some curves also. Finally, we add cherry blossoms with the effects layered on it. And then my camera raw filter, which brought the design together. And finally, my foreground text. So now we have 30 frames. Depending on your design, you could have more, fewer, whichever you like. And to play it, you could just click on the first frame, and if you press your space bar or you click the plus playhead here, it begins to play. So you could see how it goes. So it's kind of sped up in a way. So I think that looks good. Like it tells the story of how the design came to be. So looks good in my opinion. Also, when you're done, make sure to always click the last frame when you want to save your file. That way it saves it as your final form, because if you were to click the first frame, you will notice that on your layers panel, it's only the first frame that's available, which you do not want. So make sure to always click the last frame rather. Once you're done, make sure to save your file. That's very important, because if you do not save it and you exit it, everything goes away. So once you've saved, to export this, what we have to do is go to there are two ways. You could export as a GIF, which you could do by going to File, Exports, and Save for Web. I used this method before, but not that much anymore, because one, it takes time. Two, the quality may reduce depending on the colors used in your design. And because it's a GIF, it's trying to smash all those colors together. I could create some weird effects. As you can see, it's still going on. So yes, I don't know why that's lagged at the end there, but I don't use that method. I don't use the Save for Web method anymore. We go to File, Render Video. So we'll go to File, Render Video, and it's going to open up a new dialog box, and it's going to take some time to do so. Okay, so this is it. Render video. And here it shows you where you want to save the sequence to. Now, this is very important. If you click this, you could save it as a video itself. You could save it as a video, or you could save it as an image sequence. Now, this image sequence could be useful when you want these frame by frame as images. So you could also use in maybe your Behance presentations or something else. So in this case, I'm going to go with Photoshop image sequence. But one thing to note is, if you choose the image sequence, you have to manually compile this into a video on your own. Whereas if you choose the media encoder, then it's going to make a video for you. So it's up to you, whichever you want. In this case, I'm going to choose this, and it's going to ask you whether to create a new subfolder in your location. So I'm just going to do this, yes. And let me change that real quick. So Japanese Grand Prix, and it's going to ask you your format, JPEG, everything. So where you want to save it to. Let me save it at 2. Okay. So I'm going to do render, and it's going to do this rather quickly, actually, depending on the speed of your computer. You can do this very quickly. Also, depending on the number of frames which you use. So mine is 30, pretty large. Pretty large file. So it's done. Let me just confirm it by going to that location. So I'm going to, okay, so we see it here, sequence. And you see now, you see them. So this is the first one, and this is towards the last, and this is our last one. Yes, so it did. It did. So in this case, it started from 0, 0. If you like it to start from 0, 1, then when exporting, you could change that where it says the number limits. So that's how I make these step-by-step frame animations for my designs in Adobe Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed watching this. If you learned something new, please let me know. If you'd like me to create more detailed videos of how I create these designs, please also let me know. I'm considering making live videos on the channel at least once a month where I make these designs from scratch so you can see. Is that something you would like to see also? Please comment down below and I'll be very happy to do so. Until next time.